ready to rock and roll.
Let's do this. Nancy, you can start it out. What's your go-to saying?
What's up, YouTube? Welcome to the pod.
So we're here with the Prairie Boondockers. We got Justin, Dawson, and Anson here.
Oh yeah.
First pod?
First pod.
Podcast.
Thanks for having us, Matt.
Yeah.
Feeling good.
Should be good. A little nervous, but that's to be expected.
So, what is Prairie Boondockers?
Three of us kind of started out just riding, shooting videos, having fun with it, started posting them online. People started liking the videos and was asking if we had hats, hoodies, stuff like that. Started making some merch, and here we are. Now we're at the show. We got a full booth. Things are going good. And
That looks good.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Got everything here. You guys are doing good sales. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
People like seeing fresh new brands, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Trying to scrape by.
I got nothing planned for this, by the way, so I'm literally just gonna ask you guys questions that come up.
That's perfectly fine.
I'm literally, I wanted to be like fun and like,
yeah.
that face is perfect.
Can't lie that you and Chase kind of helped us really get the ball rolling on starting this to begin with, because you and Chase are big in the YouTube space, and we saw what you guys were doing, and it was honestly pretty motivating to try and do something ourselves. Like I know you and Chase are personal brands, and we kind of
There's just the three of us.
it's kind of the three of us, and it has like a name to it. Like it's not just Dawson or Anson or Justin like myself.
It's everyone,
It's
yeah.
everyone. It's a name. It's Prairie Boondockers.
I like the idea of
different.
that.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
How did last winter go?
You know what? The snow conditions kind of sucked, but like me and Justin definitely rode more than Dawson, but that was just kind of circumstantial. Like,
I had 3 days last winter before I wrote my sled off. First trip out. And then I rented another sled for a day, tore the track off of it, and then I called it quits for the
On
winter.
your rental?
I rented
No, I didn't know about this. What?
I went to Sycamoose, rented a Lynx 5 Turbo, $550 for the day.
That with
Rode it.
insurance?
Yeah, but I don't know what happened. Anyways, tore the track off doing a re-entry off the rock face, and track was gone. $1,700 later.
That's expensive.
Then I called it quits for that winter, so I
Yeah.
didn't get much riding in last winter.
no, me and Justin had, I don't know, about 30 days.
30 some days.
Yeah, a little more than 30 days last winter. Like, we rode Revelstoke most of it, but I think 10 days we were down in the States. We were in Island Park,
Yeah, I was sick.
and we actually met up with like Chase and who was
There was a local guy
Yeah.
we met up with. His name was Tom. He's from Big Sky.
then
He kinda
Ryland.
took us around and met up with some Manitoba boys in Small World. Dawson actually works with one of them now. So
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So what's your thoughts on the kitty cat? Because when you guys were down there, we got to ride the new cat.
the 858s were for an NA sled.
At
You
elevation.
can't be beat. You can't beat them. Like
No.
we were testing them out at 6,000 to 7,000 feet, and they were pretty wicked. But like they handled great. The upgraded shock package is definitely worth splurging on if you want to go the 858 route. I will say though, just coming from a turbo, like there is something about grabbing that kind of handful of throttle and not
Having that extra top
not
end.
feeling that boost build up. The sounds,
Yeah.
It's all
but
sounds for me. Right?
not even having the boost build up and just that extra kick. It's just you miss it right away. But
It is kind of
Can't
nice.
go back from boost now.
Yeah.
Once you got boost.
It's kind of nice having like, I'm sure the 9Rs are kind of similar to the 858s. Like, they have power down low, like it's almost instant, but like they seem to carry throughout like the power band. Like it's not like a boost where you just grab a handful of throttle, it takes a second, and then it's just instant power. It's like kind of all through there, except it doesn't have the top end that boost does, you know,
That's good.
which around here would be unreal because you don't really even need a boost. Like in the prairies for sure, I think that would be a great sled.
Yeah, 858.
Yeah. And not saying Polaris or Ski-Doo NAs are terrible, but just...
Well, you didn't have a good track record last year.
Okay. My Polaris did all right.
Tell them about your Polaris last one.
Yeah, so...
Snow checked, right?
Well,
Brand new.
I didn't snow check it, but it was a snow check. And it was a 24 0K when I bought it. The guy backed out. I ended up trading my 22 off. And first trip, blew the clutch off. Kind of, that's the player's way, I guess. The way not home. But I still love my players. But so that happened. Second trip, blew the clutch off. Took out the bottom end. The stub shaft on the crank. The clutch walked on it. So ended up having to do whole engine. And shout out to Thomas Motors because they definitely saved my season by being absolutely probably one of the best players dealers out there. Being able to get me back out there in literally a week's time. And they fixed it. Still have some clutch issues, but I'll do a clutch kit this year. Titanium bolt.
You should dial it in, I think.
Yeah, it looks like Chase, like even with his 22, he had really good improvement.
Yeah.
Like even with the low, like the bottom end power, because Polaris kind of suck in the bottom end, but the clutch kit definitely seems to pick up a little bit.
They all have their downsides.
Yeah.
Ski-Doos are no different. I'm not brand bashing.
Yeah.
What are you getting this year?
Yeah, I'm still on the fence. I still don't have a sled yet from last year. So, I mean, I'm not opposed to any sled brand. I like them all, honestly. Like you said, they all have their ups and downs. I've never had a turbo yet, so I really want to go towards a turbo.
Well, you rode Fraser's Freeride Turbo.
I did ride Fraser's Freeride Turbo in Revy there at Frisbee. That was a rowdy sled. I really enjoyed that. Like, I could whip that thing around so easily. Pop it up wherever, downhill, uphill, sideways. Pretty fun. And then I rode our other friend, Arnie's. He had a Chaos Boost. Rode that too. Same thing, just as rowdy, super fun sled. But also like these 858s that just came out.
It'd be cool to try one out for sure.
It'd be so cool.
Yeah.
But, I don't know, like I said, I've never had a turbo. So I'm on the fence. It's going to be a very last minute decision. Polaris or G5.
Yeah.
It's going to be a game time
One of those two,
decision.
though?
It could be a little coin flip, I think so, yeah.
Justin, what do you ride?
I'm on this 23 Expert Turbo yet again. This time it is wrapped.
Yeah.
Shout out to Deviant Ink. Use code Prairie15. Save yourself some coin on a Deviant Ink wrap.
Yeah.
Probably do a set of bumpers or something.
Yeah, I gotta plug it in. But yeah, I'll probably get some.
You just wrapped this thing literally 2 nights ago, right?
Yeah, I just finished her up. 3 guys kind of horsing around about 5 hours and wasn't too bad. But
Yeah.
So while we wait for Dawson, what's your guys' goal for the season? Personal
ride as much.
Or with Prairie Boondockers?
I'd say personally and for the brand, I guess this goal kind of collides, but I just want to ride as much as possible.
Yeah.
Like if it's snowing, I want to be out there. I want to get into as many good days as possible.
I think this goes for like all 3 of us, but like we all just love to ride, right?
Yeah.
And the brand is kind of just like. Remember what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I know what I'm saying now. I think like the 3 of us all just really enjoy riding, and the brand is almost like second hand to that, and it's just kind of one of those things
Kind
that
of sharing everything?
yeah, exactly,
Sharing
like
the passion?
exactly, just kind of get it out there and just show everyone like why. Like for you too, like why you enjoy sledding so much, like in the backcountry, and just getting out there and showing people like what you can do. Like it's definitely a little bit physically grueling, especially for me because I'm a big boy. I'm gonna say I'm not. I'm very large, except like I don't know. I love it. Like it's just so much fun, just getting out with the fellas and
you get around though.
Oh yeah.
You get around. Let's be real.
I can move myself around all right.
You can just see a chimney coming from you all the time, but you get around.
Yeah, I know, and I think we're all just happy to enjoy like what we've kind of sort of started to build with this brand, and just
What's your individual goal?
I don't know, just kind of trying to learn some more tricks, like be able to do like hop overs and bow ties and stuff like that, whether or not that happens. Like, I don't know, I just enjoy the ride. I enjoy being out with the fellas.
Yeah.
Don't say drink and ride, but I mean like 1 or 2 at the shack afterwards. I mean, we all do it. like just being around with the boys,
Yeah,
you know.
having a drink or two after a day of riding.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, nose pieces, they'll stick right to the balaclava.
Okay.
Pinch them down, and we'll keep your glasses and your helmet from fogging up.
Well, we'll take a couple then.
Yeah,
Thank you.
sure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Much so.
These would retail for $2.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Gotcha.
Give me your card.
Thanks.
There you
Yeah,
go.
we ship all across Canada, so if you
Sweet.
find that they're working good and people are interested.
Yeah, we'll show you guys.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Quick nose plug. You wanna?
That was a quick one.
All right. Wow. This has cleared my sinuses.
Okay. Popovers, having fun.
Just being with the fellas. Dawson?
Me, honestly, I just want to get noticed. I want our DMs to be filled every day. Honestly, I just want a big, large following for this winter. Build a nice community around our name.
Yeah.
Give people what they want. Just, I don't know, make the community feel happy, I guess, with sledding. Bring more people from the prairies to the Alpine.
Yeah.
That's what we're about, so.
Is that your guys' slogan?
From the prairies to the Alpine.
Prairies to the
so
Alpine, okay.
lots of people don't get the chance to ride in mountains, so whenever we can, if it fits with our time and schedule, like if people want to ride with us, by all means, I want to start bringing people with us and meeting up and making new friends.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just kind of progressing as a whole too.
Yeah.
Like I want to get better at, or I want to get more into jumping. Like I kind of dabbled a little bit last winter.
Yeah.
And it was fun. Like I really like jumping, and I don't know,
Cliff drops.
cliff drops and jumps.
Yeah.
Like I would love
Want
to.
to start doing some cannonballs?
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, what's like unless there's like a rock under there,
What's
but
gonna happen?
but like when you have a bunch of fresh snow, man, like
It's like a.
what
jumping
is
to a
really
fall,
gonna
yeah.
happen? Like as long as you kind of like, especially if you're with people who know what they're doing, like
that's the
they're not
biggest
gonna steer you in the wrong direction. Well, I hope they're not.
You never know.
Riding with guys who push you as well is huge.
Yeah.
Like if you're riding and everybody's just staying in their comfort zone,
Yeah.
you don't get better year after year. But
No.
you know, riding with guys who are just that next, cut higher than you, like watching them, trying to just learn from them. That's allowed me to progress like way faster.
Oh,
than
yeah.
It's really good.
So what are you guys gonna do for like media and stuff this winter?
We right now we're active for the most part on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok.
Okay.
And we are going to start a YouTube channel this year. So
Yeah.
just make some longer videos, more kind of still undecided if we want to go like the vlog style, or
Yeah.
if we want to go keep it more like edit style. So we're still undecided, maybe a bit of both, but right now we're kind of rocking just the edits and not having
They
a
look
whole lot
good.
of.
Like you're playing them on the TV all week, and they look really good.
Yeah, and
I like them.
appreciate that. Yeah.
Who does the editing?
This man is the
mainly
goat.
Justin does that. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, what else? Like who else does what with this stuff? Like with Prairie Boondockers?
Dawson handles a lot of like kind of the merch side,
Yeah.
and I'll kind of do the editing and a good chunk of the filming. And I started off as just me and Dawson.
Yeah.
And Anson kind of like was officially a part of Prairie Boondockers
This summer.
Probably sometime this summer. So yeah, he's coming along.
We also have a website.
We don't know what I do. I'm just here. I'm here for a damn good
It's
time.
our content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We also have a website coming.
My boy.
We got a website coming along here that I put together with some help from these two with some good input, and just putting our final touches into the website where you guys can order all your merch and all your good stuff. You can learn a little bit about us. We got a little write-up on there, and so from now on, you guys can be searching up on our website.
Yeah, and even like parts and stuff. Like we're kind of sponsored from Rec Supply there, and like we get pretty good deals on parts too. So
That's good.
just shoot a DM if you guys want a good deal on parts, I guess, because that's
else
also
you
one of
guys-
the things.
Who else do you guys have this winter?
We got GGB, Climb, Cobra Pole Cords, And
Deviant.
Deviant Inc. Rec Supply.
That's about it.
That's all our main sponsors
Yeah.
right now. And then, just connect with a lot more people this year.
Yeah.
That's kind of the goal. Ride lots with you, with Chase. Trying to connect with some of the pro sledders out there. Get some rides with them, shoot some content, have a good time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Perfect. Sounds like a plan.
Oh yeah.
How about you, Matt? What's your goal this winter?
Try and ride as much as possible with good snow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the last couple of years
Not
you've
just
been.
go for the casual trail ride and go ride around with some concrete and then go back.
Yeah, you've been stiffed for snow your last 2 years. That sucks.
We made the most of it though.
Oh yeah, that's all you can do.
But yeah, this year I'm gonna chase it. Chase the snow.
Yeah.
That's the plan.
You get that video going.
Yeah.
You're only. Yeah.
I don't know what else.
So how many beers do you like to drink after a ride? Oh, let's be honest. We're asking the
talk
tough
about,
questions here.
Our accommodations where we stay usually. If we plan on staying somewhere else, where you usually stay when you're up there. How other people can make trips out. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
Accommodations.
Where are you guys staying this winter?
Wherever the Airbnb place is.
We usually
That or the hotel I book on whatever hotel site we look at.
pretty last minute with our decisions on where we stay.
Okay.
Kind of just look for honestly the best deals because it gets expensive. Sledding's not a cheap sport for anyone. No matter how much money you have, it's pricey. So try to find the best deals we can. Not cheap to where we're like, why are we staying here? But something to where we're going to be comfortable and not spend an arm and a leg to stay. So
Yeah, I personally like having a bed to sleep at.
I've slept in my truck before. It ain't all the best, but
You know what? When me and Justin were driving down to the States, we didn't know that the border shut down at 5. And we got there at like midnight. And we're like, well, we're like an hour and a half from Swift Current.
yeah.
Like, we're not going to drive back to Swift Current. Like, so yeah, me and Justin just hunkered down in the truck.
Just leaned her on back.
Oh, yeah. Then we ended up not even going across at that crossing because they weren't open till like 10 in the morning. So we drove like another hour further west there, and we crossed there, and it was, I don't know, it was fine. But yeah, like
You
that.
guys usually go with the deck or trailer?
It depends. Like, try to keep it using a deck for the most part. It's just the easiest. And if we're going with a big group and something larger is planned, then usually the trailer comes along. But
Yeah, I know. Like last year, it was usually just
me and you.
because Dawson didn't really have a sled, and like me and Justin would just head out for however many days we rode, basically, and then just come home. So it was nice having the deck, but I mean,
And you guys got a new one this year too.
Yeah, Limitless.
yeah,
shout out to Dirty Sledders.
Yeah.
Hooking up
Graham.
Justin with a really nice Limitless
Got
sled.
a good deal from them on a Limitless.
That's good on your truck.
If you guys ever need a Limitless sled deck of any kind, Dirty Sledders got you. So
Where are they from?
He's out in Alberta.
Yeah.
I forget like kind of which town.
hell yeah,
What are you guys donating?
probably a hoodie and hat,
Nice.
couple stickers,
What are you guys giving out this year? Or not giving out, but selling?
beers.
actually,
The Prairie Boon Crawlers?
Well, we were actually really thinking about getting another stand right beside this one and calling it the Prairie Beer Drinkers and just drink beer the whole time.
that's not good.
Like, I thought
So,
that was a really good idea. And I think Justin backed it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so. But apparently you can't drink in the booth,
No.
so they say.
There's only one. You guys could set up a booth in the beer grounds.
Could you imagine if
Like
they
a little
actually
10 by
let
10
you-
in the beer
Little
garden.
10 by 10 booth.
Yeah.
It's got to be in this area though.
the Prairie Beer Drinkers booth?
So right now we're selling hoodies, hats, lanyards, and stickers.
Yeah.
That's all what we kind of started out with. We got two types of logos. We got our longer logo and then our circle logo. But we're looking to branch into beanies, t-shirts, more colors, and different designs on our logos. So looking to branch out a little bit more. I was just learning from the sled show. People were asking for other types of merch and gear that if we had and we didn't, so it kind of makes us.
Yeah, and maybe some
expand.
T-shirts too, some stuff like that. Just for, I mean, like these hoodies aren't bad to wear around, but like, man, I am warm right now. I'm a little toasty.
A little steam coming from your neck there.
Yeah, well, nothing new there. I'm usually pretty hot, warm-blooded.
Yeah, no, we got a lot on the way, a lot planned. Looking really forward to this winter here. So
yeah, and this is just the beginning.
Yeah, really excited to see what's going to come here with our merch line, our sledding, our skill, our connections. We're going to meet with people. Yeah.
You locking it in?
We're bringing in the famous, the man himself, the man on E.
Of course. That's spiraled out of control.
Guy goes everywhere on E.
If he isn't running on fumes, he's not even gonna come.
It's either fumes or the cops are in my rearview mirror.
There's a Red Bull in your hand.
Always a Red Bull.
Yeah. Blueberry.
Yeah.
You know what, Red Bull? If you want to sponsor us, like, please hook us up.
Yeah,
because we need it.
that would save me tens of thousands of beers. We were on the Red
Minimum.
Bulls. We were on the Red Bulls hard to get here.
The only reason I say that on E is he fills his tank all the time, but he drives it. He drives it till he needs to pull over. Like absolutely.
We log record amounts of kilometers a year.
Every day.
Well, when you got 5 vehicles, you can split up the E's. You jump in one that's on E, while you jump in another one and it's only at a quarter. Well,
So you're not really empty.
no,
So not only does he carry a jerry can on his sled, but in his vehicles he carries a jerry can because he usually runs out.
I've never ran out.
You've never ran out?
Never ran out of fuel.
How about on your sled?
Nope, not on my sled.
Really?
Once on a dirt bike. That ended up not good. Not good. Thought my pit guy put gas in. He thought I put gas in. Long story short, it died on the face of a triple, and I cartwheeled at 120k an hour to the bottom of a hill. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll have that on those big jobs,
You
though.
get that on the smaller ones, though. It's not good.
So what do you do for work?
Well, welder.
Welder? Journeyman, right? I'll have to ask you guys. What do you guys do?
I just farm, but prior to that, I'm journeyman heavy duty.
Journeyman? You got a J-Man?
Yeah.
Right on. What do you?
And I've been an underground miner for the past 4 years.
Okay.
All around Canada, underground, Minecraft in real life.
IRL?
IRL, Minecraft IRL.
What do you do for work, Justin?
I farm and I have a business on the side as well doing grain marketing. So farmers hire me to market their grain for them.
Takes the big money.
Yeah, you just sleds all winter and puts on sled shows and never works, eh?
Basically.
It's flexible.
Very flexible hours as a farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, between 1 and 10 hours a week.
Anywhere,
Busy season.
anywhere from 1 hour to 124 a week.
Yeah.
I was talking to my buddies from Prairie River today. So you guys took the day off work. They both looked at me like I'm like crazy, and I'm like, oh, that's right. You don't have to ask anyone. They just gotta look at the sky and like, is it raining?
The beer clouds.
Doesn't even need to rain. There just has to be one trace of a cloud off in the distance.
It's like those, you see those TikToks, it's like, who am I gonna be tonight? It's like, beer clouds, no beer clouds. Prairie Boondockers, Prairie beer drinkers.
That could be a side brand.
I think it could be.
They're talking about putting a booth right beside.
Right beside
Dual
like the beer?
I haven't seen a beer at this one yet. Edmonton had beers.
Team up with Crush It? Or you bets. You bets
Oh, my
would be
Czech
bad.
liver light would be on so quick.
Not only is his gas tank empty, but his Czech liver light is on.
That's not a welcome call.
So how'd you guys all meet?
I grew up with Anson in Melfort.
Yeah.
And I
How'd you
moved.
guys meet?
I met him an hour ago.
We just met. We've known each other for quite a while.
I met
but-
you guys on the side of a mountain.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
This year?
The same with you. I met you on the side of the mountain.
I met you in the parking
Justin,
lot.
I met,
Actually,
you know
yeah,
what?
you guys were like, you got a hammer? Yeah, I got one. So
That was right when your dad was leaving and you were by yourself or
I was
whatever.
literally, my dad and brother were just leaving to go home, and I was staying for the month. So
That was the day before Jaden decided to climb up a tree and snap his A-arm.
yeah, that was interesting.
That's in one of the videos. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
That didn't sound good.
That did not sound healthy.
Went crunch there.
Oh.
That was the most disgusting sound.
Yeah, one ski's pointing inwards.
Is that just how it's sitting?
I don't think so. Ah!
I snap it? Yeah, she gone. Good thing only the upper is going.
I like how you got a hose clamp on there too.
Yeah, it's my steering rod boots.
Oh.
They hold up.
Kinda.
I don't know, the best part was the crunch and all of us like, oh!
You like literally hit it, went up, let it go, and as it came around, crunch.
Well, we could. Oh, I don't know what we could do here.
Oh, your shock might take a beating on the way out, but
Deleted.
Yeah, I've known Dawson forever.
Yeah.
Travis, I met him last year on the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
What happened on the side of the mountain? Was it just ran into each other, or what was the situation?
Well, you were riding with Rookers, I think.
Yeah.
Well, he was riding with mutual friends,
Yeah.
and then
We just somehow met up.
yeah,
and
that was the first time my clutch blew off. First
and a couple of my friends were being no fun, so they left.
Yeah,
Came in new
You
friends, yeah.
blew a clutch, and then
Yeah.
I just went riding with a random group.
yeah.
Here we are.
Then I met you on the mountain. What was it, 2 years
I
ago
think
now?
I met you too when I wrecked my sled in the tree well.
You did. Yeah.
That's the day we
Yeah, we
met.
put
for
a
the
pair
first
of. We were gonna put a pair of underwear on his
Yes.
air intake, so he didn't suck in any
Yep.
snow.
It was
But then we
pretty
sacrificed
mid-bill.
balaclava.
Isn't it funny how carnage brings people together?
Yes, I love it. That's why I wreck my
Yeah,
sled
we
so much.
were
I have
sitting
more
there
friends.
looking at this side, we're like, oh, what are we gonna use? That's a light material to cover this thing.
Yeah.
We were like, someone has sacrificed their gitch. We're like, well, maybe.
Yeah.
We're like-
Repairs in the backcountry.
You know what's
are
really
a whole
funny?
Different breed.
But then we realized he had a balaclava that would work perfect. So
Yeah.
I met Justin
Realize
because
this
I
before or
blew.
after somebody sacrificed.
before, thankfully.
Me and Dawson were on our way up to
Ended up in a tree
Revelstoke, and I blew the rear diff out of my truck.
I remember that was expensive.
Well,
Yeah.
that was a tough time. And
the
so
story of
anyway,
that.
huh?
Tell the story of that.
Oh, so me and Dawson, we decided we wanted to go to Revelstoke just out of the
Last
blue.
minute.
Like last minute. I picked him up at like.
The day I get home
Get
from
in a
work.
Dodge
They-
and load your Polarises on.
No, I was in a Ford. I was in a Ford, and
What do you guys
Ford.
say about the Ford?
We burnt it down.
yeah, you did burn it down
That's a
after
later
I
story.
sold it.
Well,
later
let's tell this story, then tell that story.
So.
You see it on Snapchat, I'm like,
So anyway, me and Dawson, I picked Dawson up at like 10:30 p.m. in Martinsville.
I just get home that day too from
Yeah,
work.
he got home from whatever. That's just the way of the road.
Yeah.
That's how it works. But anyway, so Justin and Fraze were out sledding in BC, and we're like, oh, let's go out there. So load up. We made it to Calgary by like 5 in the morning.
Yeah.
So we slept there for an hour and a half or something like that. Because they wanted to ride at 10, I think, or something like that. So we had another 3 or 4 hours of driving. So we got right outside of Revelstoke, and my truck wouldn't drive anymore.
oh,
It was in gear, but it just wouldn't move.
Good.
So, of course, the first thing you do is you put it in 4-wheel drive, and you're like, oh, damn, it still moves. You're like, hell yeah. So I kept going. Then all of a sudden, it didn't want to move anymore.
The first
And I looked out the window, and my tire was sitting like this. I'm like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, dropped it off at
had
the
to wait for
Ford
a tow
dealer.
truck first.
Yeah, we had to wait for a rollback, and they came and picked it up and dropped it off at Ford. I was like, whatever, just get them to put a diff in it. Put a used diff in it, that'll be only like $2,000, cheap. Yeah, so $7,500 later, the diff wasn't in my truck, and I drove back out to Revelstoke, picked my truck up
with another truck.
with my other truck, my Cummins, my old 2012 Cummins with
And you went sledding again.
480,000 K on it. And we went sledding again. that weekend, all good. Made it to just outside Calgary, and I blew the rear drive shaft out of the truck.
And then, what happened in the parking
And
lot?
so anyway, I left. My cousin came and picked us
a
up.
series of unfortunate events.
So I left. Oh yeah, because
I didn't know that
Ford didn't put the rear diff in my truck. Anyway, so blew the rear drive shaft out of that truck, parked it in a parking lot overnight. Nice part of Calgary. Apparently it wasn't. So I dropped the truck there. Cousin picked us up. Goes back there in the morning, and all the windows are smashed out of it. All the windows are smashed out of it, and they stole my sled gear.
And my
Yes.
shovel.
And Dawson's shovel, because I had that.
And I have a brand new FXR bag in there with all my gear, and they didn't. We're still
Yeah, so anyway, like another about $3,000 later, I was back on the road.
Yeah.
So that whole ordeal, like with storing the sleds in Revelstoke, because Justin obviously couldn't take them back.
Yeah. So
We
you
just
had
had
two
debt.
trucks, a trailer, and a sled.
Yeah,
2 sleds on it.
two sleds
Mine.
and a rear diff.
Well, I was there with just my sled deck, so I couldn't take with 2 sleds, so I
So you
couldn't
hooked
take
onto
2
the
more.
trailer?
No,
Oh, you-
No, I
Was it goose head?
brought the trailer from back home
Yeah.
with my truck to pick up my other truck that Ford couldn't fix.
Yeah.
And then that truck blew the rear
This
drive
is
shaft.
why we're
Yeah, so anyway, that cost like probably close to $12,000, $13,000.
That trip?
Yeah. Probably the most expensive sled trip. Literally for about 4 days of riding.
Or ask how the snow was?
It was actually pretty good, I think, that trip.
But now you
Yeah.
can relate everything that goes terribly wrong on the next trip to that one, and it's never that
It's
bad.
never that bad.
Yeah.
I've never heard anything that bad happen to anyone. Like,
That was meant.
No kidding. Yeah, when I blew the diff, the cops came up to me and they're like, "Pull your truck over." I'm like, "I literally can't. I can't drive. I drove it till it doesn't drive anymore."
Was that the dually?
Yeah.
So then, okay, fast forward, you sold your truck to one of your
That
buddies.
dually.
That same dually.
that-
That dually it is an amazing truck. It is beautiful. I love that truck so much. Then I sold it to some Arnie Gertz.
Oh, we're gonna name drop.
absolutely.
I'm gonna bleep that.
Follow Arnie Gertz Backcountry Productions.
Yes.
Anyway, so I sold it to him.
Country Club comes to town.
So anyway, I sold it to the truck under one circumstance that it wouldn't stop.
Was this a week and a half later?
Oh yeah, a week and a half later it was on fire. Because
We took it on a tug of war pad.
Yeah.
They have a tug of war pad on concrete, and he took it on there.
I seen your story, and I was like, I recognize that truck.
Yeah, and
I was like,
it was to the floor for a good 5 minutes.
yeah,
And I look over, Speedo's wrapped, tax wrapped, all the alarms are going off, every light
and there's
possible is on
fire
the
shooting
dash.
from the hood.
No, it's just smoldering at that point.
Oh, just
The hood was
smoldering, not
closed.
bad.
So we unhooked off the Duramax that we were tugging.
Duramax one then?
It was pretty even, honestly. It was a little bit back and forth.
The Ford did not have 4-wheel drive at that point.
No, it was just.
She was just.
Well, it was-
Well,
it was
technically it was
4-wheel
4-wheel
drive.
drive. It was a
dually.
dually. So.
Okay.
We pulled off the tug pad, and I was like, well, there's a lot of steam coming out from under the hood. I said, Arnie, pop the hood. He pops it, and I was slapping the latch. I burnt shit on my hand. And as soon as I opened it, turbo up in flames. And guess who didn't have a fire extinguisher? Everybody around.
Private event, doesn't
I
matter.
was supposed to go against Arnie's truck on that tug pad, but I'm really
With
glad.
your truck?
Yeah, I backed out at the last minute, so.
That's smart.
Yeah. Yeah, we borderline had 2 catastrophes instead of one.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
But
no,
it
that
did
was.
make their year-end promo video. So, let's call that one a win.
That was probably an expensive bill for him, right?
I don't think it was that
He
bad
said it didn't even
actually.
blow the head gasket.
Well, so he says.
So he said, but there was that coolant was very black.
Yeah, no, that thing.
Turbo up pipe and some other random.
Yeah. I feel bad.
Daily
for that
drives it
thing.
again.
Yep.
Yeah, he's back.
Couple new coolant lines.
It was a crossover line that blew, and then the coolant landed on the turbo, and that's what lit up when the air got to it.
Because the exhaust was very hot.
The exhaust was not cold.
Was
EDTs are, in fact, more than a number.
Well, depends who you ask.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you ask that 6.7 Power Stroke, it doesn't mind.
It minded.
No, I don't think it did because it
20
still
minutes
runs.
There's no thing with fires though. Like your truck burnt to the ground.
That was my brother's truck.
Oh, I thought it was your truck.
My brother's LBZ burned to the ground 2 years ago. Yeah.
Was it that long ago?
Yeah, 2 years. 2 years in May. Year and a half now, I guess.
I've never burnt anything to the ground. Just saying.
Have you?
No.
Truck?
No.
No? You're gonna take on the burnout pad though,
I
right?
was going to, but no, I didn't, and saved my
Tires?
truck from burning down and my tires.
Well, I mean, you need new back tires anyway.
Did you sell your Mustang?
I still have it.
Were you trying to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not selling. Yeah. So I did a burnout and burnt all 4 tires off.
I almost replied to your Snapchat story last night of his car, saying I heard that car doesn't even do burnouts.
Oh, I would have done one right there.
What do you want to get?
What's that?
What do you want to get? Sell your car and get what?
Well, I'm trying to get a 2023 limited Cummins right now and trade the Mustang in on that.
Nice half ton.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Limitless
35.
doesn't make a deck for a Mustang.
No, they
You
don't.
could make.
Could make
You
one.
could.
I are welder.
Can you make me one?
Can you weld metal to aluminum?
We'll figure
I
something
got
We
out.
can make it work. We can make it work.
We'll figure something out.
Man, you should do that
I
with
go
the
over to
Jetta.
Fun and buy a turbo right now. We are doing that tonight.
Deal.
That's a good idea. Sounds like you need to buy a turbo first.
We might have to go on a field trip.
Part 2 of the podcast. Travis buys a turbo.
That sounds cold. Like it's this kind of stuff people like to do.
This is just everyday
No,
life.
but the storytelling about like when you guys like blew up his truck, like that's like,
1 million views, please.
you never know.
1 million views.
Just got to add a clickbait title.
Yeah.
Off you go.
Prairie Boondockers exposed.
Yeah, no kidding. You can't tell from my truck and sleds. I may be the issue. I'm not sure. I haven't quite figured it out, but I think it might be operator error.
Yeah.
I feel
Possibly.
like most of the issues that arise are operator error.
I did fail. I can't believe that.
Well, you guys want to wrap it up?
Sure.
Yeah, probably.
Pod.
That was
Kind
good.
of talked about everything a little bit.
Yeah.
A little storytelling.
Yeah.
That was cool.
We're gonna make some more this year.
We should do more of these.
Yeah.
I like sitting down and doing this stuff. It's good.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in, guys. This is
thank you.
the Mountaintop Podcast, episode 4.
Ooh.
We're on the prairies.
Yeah.
And go check out Prairie Boondockers on socials.
Hell yeah.
See ya.
Peace.
Good job, boys.